So, hello people, it's teacher Kirk again, and I've made a little tutorial to show you the biggest problems that I found with your paragraphs on milk. This is going to be a generalized feedback. I'm not going to check each and every paragraph. It's your responsibility to verify that your paragraph is well done and that you're not making these mistakes that I outline here. You're going to do something just like this on the exam. So it's very important. I've selected some of the paragraphs that were recently submitted for homework, and this is the first one. In this paragraph, we see an example of the flipped thesis statement, and it's not supposed to have a flipped thesis statement. That's what we see right here, and the paragraph is supposed to start right here. We only use the flipped thesis statement for paragraph number 2, and this is not a paragraph number 2. Here's a different paragraph. This student also makes a mistake of using the flipped thesis statement, and we see it right here. It's not supposed to be there. The paragraph is supposed to start with the topic sentence. Oh, and I just noticed that this topic sentence does not use the correct style for body paragraph number 4. So that's another mistake. Besides that, in the concluding sentence, I see that this student makes a point of identifying specifically prostate and testicular cancer. Well, that wasn't mentioned in the topic sentence, so this is an example of adding new information in the concluding sentence. When you find this situation in your writing, it's an indication that you need to go back to the topic sentence and rewrite the topic sentence so that it has that information that you decided to reveal in a revelation in the concluding sentence. Here's another body paragraph. In this body paragraph, the concluding sentence doesn't correspond to the topic sentence. So we can see that the topic sentence is the one that we saw in class, and here in the concluding sentence, the student decides to add somewhat of an opinion, and for that reason, the concluding sentence does not correspond to the topic sentence. This is something that we want to avoid. Here's a different body paragraph. I notice here that the student uses the flipped thesis statement, and that's a mistake. The topic sentence is supposed to start here. The signal words for this topic sentence are not correct. This is the topic sentence style for body paragraph number 2. We want a body paragraph number 4. And then besides that, I see that the student is using for her concrete details some signal words that are not the ones that I recommended to you in class. Because you guys are beginning writers and you're my students, I am telling you that you absolutely have to use signal words from the list of signal words that I have given you. You cannot go freestyle, and we're not going to argue that that it's possible to use these as signal words. You have to use the ones from class. There's a reason why we use that list of signal words, and it's so that we don't have any problems with repetition uh, between the concrete detail signal words and the signal words that you use in topic sentences. For example, here she's using another reason. Well, that's language that we use in topic sentences, and that's why I don't want you to use another reason for your signal words. As for these other signal words, well, the student just did not follow instructions from class. And so on the exam, if you do that, I'm going to count that wrong. Here's another milk paragraph, and the student put a lot of effort into this, and it has some really nice elements and some really good writing. But what I noticed is that she went freestyle on the topic sentence, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to use the style from class, and in this case, uh, the style and the ideas are right there on the focus question sheet that was provided to you. So this was not open for interpretation. However well written and well thought it might be, it's not open for interpretation. You have to follow the style from class. You got and the style that you have to follow the ideas and language that are on the focus question sheet. Remember, I gave you guys a scenario where I described that your best friend is asking you to finish her last body paragraph in an emergency, which hopefully that won't be the situation for any of you students. But out of respect to your classmate, you're not going to change their ideas. So the ideas are already there. I don't want you to change them. Besides that, this paragraph does have some really nice elements. Here's another body paragraph where we see that the student is using a flipped thesis statement, and you're not supposed to do that. In this case, they use what appears to be a flipped thesis statement combined with the topic sentence idea. Nice try, but remember, we're not using the flipped thesis statement for body paragraph number 4. Here's another paragraph on milk. What I notice here is that the commentary sentences, well, this student is missing commentary sentences. Another thing I notice about these commentary sentences is that it looks like the student was trying to use the repetitive cohesion technique. Here I see the language for repetitive cohesion, but then in his commentary sentence ideas, these ideas are not repetitive cohesion. These are more concrete details. This is really a concrete detail. He used the language that's correct for repetitive cohesion, but that doesn't make it a commentary sentence. I think this is still a concrete detail. And the same thing is happening in this one. He used the word indeed, which is a suggestion for repetitive cohesion, but then the information he gave is just more concrete details. So I consider this a mistake. This student is not showing that. And the same thing happens here. This student is not showing that he has any ability with writing commentary sentences. Maybe he does have ability with writing commentary sentences, but we don't see it here. Okay, this is another paragraph on milk, and some very interesting things are happening with this paragraph. Uh, First of all, I can see that we have some more examples of a flipped thesis statement, and you're not supposed to have a flipped thesis statement. And then here, where you're supposed to have a topic sentence for body paragraph number 4, the student is using the style for body paragraph number 2, so that's wrong. Besides that, I'm not sure where he's getting this evidence. I think he went freestyle with the concrete details. The one that I recognize as coming from the material from class that's not what I want. Um, Here's my little eraser. That this concrete detail does appear to have come from the set of materials provided in class. But these two, first, milk is pasteurized nowadays, and then he's got some supposedly commentary sentences. And I'm not sure that this comes from the material from class. I don't remember seeing this evidence. And the same is true for this second one. This second concrete detail and its commentary sentences. It looks like he went freestyle, like maybe he forgot to take his material home, and so he just made something up. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to use the material provided in the set of materials from class. Okay, so in this paragraph we have several things that went wrong. First of all, they used the style for the flipped thesis statement. Second of all, they used the wrong signal words for the topic sentence. And besides not capitalizing and not changing the language to English, we're missing some commentary sentences. There's only one commentary sentence here, and you need 2 commentary sentences for every concrete detail. The same happens with this one, and it appears, let me see. Yes, it appears that in the last commentary sentence, there's only 1 commentary sentence there instead of 2. We're supposed to have 2. Again, I don't know why students don't capitalize, but that's supposed to be capitalized. She is also missing some language. I think she wanted to say should not be a part of our daily diets, and because of that, her concluding sentence does not correspond with her topic sentence. So that's the other problem with this paragraph. Here we have another student that decided to go freestyle. I don't remember giving anybody permission to do that. Here we've got, yeah, I don't know where this came from, but it appears to be an attempt at a flipped thesis statement, and we only use that for body paragraph number 2. We don't use that for body paragraph number 4. This is an acceptable topic sentence for body paragraph number 4. The student changed the ideas just a little bit, but I think it's okay. The problem that I see with this paragraph is we are missing a concrete detail. That's another one of the problems. We're missing a concrete detail, and here we're missing a commentary sentence. There's supposed to be another commentary sentence here, and then there's supposed to be another concrete detail, and after the concrete detail a commentary sentence, and then a concluding sentence. And we're missing all of that. Here's another paragraph from homework. And again, we have another example of a flipped thesis statement, and we're not supposed to have that for body paragraph number 4. The topic sentence is fine, and it looks like the concrete details are fine. The only it looks like the commentary sentences are okay, but I see with the concluding sentence that the concluding sentence does not correspond with the topic sentence. So according to the techniques that I teach you, this is incorrect for my class. Lastly, I decided to include an example of a pretty good body paragraph that comes from the material on milk. This student has the correct style for the topic sentence. He's got concrete details with the signal words from class. He has 2 commentary sentences for each concrete detail, and for every commentary sentence he uses language from class. And when I read this, I immediately identify this as the style from class. He has a concluding sentence with another signal word from class. His concluding sentence corresponds with his topic sentence. And I especially like that here in this commentary sentence, he used a combination of language for the generic commentary sentences, and then he personalized or he customized the generic commentary sentence, and in this way it does not sound generic at all. And that would be the ideal way to use a generic commentary sentence. Make it personalized, make it customized, and that way more appropriate for the topic at hand. And this way it doesn't sound like filler. So that's an example of a really nice paragraph following the instructions from class. I hope that this little tutorial, the feedback for the milk homework paragraphs has been helpful. Have a nice day.